And we're live.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. Look who I have.
Hi.
Pro Life Chloe's with us, y'all. Yo,
Tamir.
100. This right here is an excellent idea. This dude has a knack for giving really good content ideas. He made me a little short with Uthman highlights that I've been saving for until I get 10,000 subs, and then I was gonna let that be the 10,000 sub little clip, celebration or whatever, because that's where it all started. So yeah, he has some excellent ideas. All right, here you go, Chris. But yeah, guys, we got we got God Logic After Dark. That's right, D. Yeah, we're tackling a different issue today. Instead of destroying the Dawa gangs, um, we're gonna destroy. What do you call these people?
Pro aborts.
Pro aborts. Pro aborts. Not no pro choice.
Nope.
Not that deception. Pro aborts.
Yep.
This is what we're doing. So this is going on Facebook too. So I know that there's so many pro aborts on Facebook that hate me.
Hello.
I don't know if you guys will like Chloe here any better.
Probably not. Yeah, no.
But you're more than welcome to come on and join the discussion,
Yes.
and give us reasons why um, it's okay to kill a baby. That's what I should have named the stream. I should have named the stream
No.
"It's okay to kill a baby if blank," and then have them come. Yeah, that'll be the title of that stream. And when we do it, our little abortion den or pro-life den, the title will always be "It's okay to kill a baby if," and then blank, and then they can come on and answer that question. What do you think about that? That's good.
That'd be fun.
Okay, nice. All right. So, what's up, Chris Claus?
What's up, my brother God Logic and my sister Chloe Waken?
What's up? Welcome.
Yeah.
I had to join the party tonight, guys.
You did have to join the party tonight, man. It ain't no party without Chris Claus, man. You know that. You know that for a fact.
Hey, God Logic, do you feel bad?
No, I do not. No, I don't.
Wait, I think you should feel really bad.
I shouldn't. I should not. Absolutely not. No remorse over here. No.
I just watched that clip with you and Issa Dawa.
Mhm.
I actually have watched it twice so far just this
You
evening.
did?
And I plan on watching it a third time tonight. Oh my, you laid a beating down on him. It was just like you had just went to the preschool and laid a beating on a preschooler. Like it was that bad. It was incredibly bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I don't feel bad, and I'm not like, it is like beat down a preschooler. Though the reason why, so I might feel bad if he didn't have a Christian on there that wasn't like that knowledgeable, that they were trying to take advantage of. Then I might have some type of remorse, but I don't because that's what they were doing. That's why I hopped on. And so the thing is, I was different from them. I noticed you saw my demeanor and how I was very chill. I was very, I wasn't pushy with a lot of the stuff that I could have been pushy on, But I I diced it up very easy for them, as opposed to what they were doing with the brother. They was just like laying on Council of Nicaea, the First John 5:7, textual variant, all the stuff that he hasn't studied deeply on. Okay, do it to me.
Exactly. So what's the definition of confirm?
Allahu Alam, Chris Claus.
When you started talking about the definition of confirming with him, I was like, oh my god, this guy's got to be the dumbest person alive.
Let's be nice. let's be cool. Let's cut him some slack because he was respectful to me and he stopped people from disrespecting me on his stream. So I do want to give him props for that, and let's show him some grace in that aspect, Chris Claus.
I do agree, brother God Logic, and I apologize for what I said about Isadawa.
Look at that. Look at the saints. Look at the saints. Oh man, God bless you, Chris. The spirit is with you. 100 says, Avery, you see these guys embarrassing themselves in Issa's comment section. These guys get stumped on everything. 100 was in the comment section and simply asked the Muslim who said that I got destroyed by Uthman. He asked him, how did Uthman destroy him? Do you think that fabricating a hadith is a victory? And all the dude did was send laughing emojis. Didn't address what 100's asked him. And I really think that, and me too. Both me and 100 are honestly curious on the Muslim mindset on this. Like, do y'all really think this is a victory? Like, is that what you guys really think? Or are you guys like, you guys got to do that, like support your boy? Like, if your teammate makes a bad pass, you're still gonna be like, man, that's all right, good job, man, it's all good. Like, is it that type of thing? Or do y'all really think that's a victory, fabricating ID?
Well, you know how to catch them on that, right? Huh? You know how to catch them on that. It's the same way you used to catch your friends on when they lied about not going to the game, right? Like, you'd ask your buddy, so what was your favorite, what was the best play in the game?
Yeah.
Right? He didn't know what the best play of the game was. He may have known the final score, but he didn't know the best play of the game or the sequence of events that happened to that, right? So my question that I like to ask these guys is, what was Uthman's best argument?
Yeah, that's what 100 asks too. At what point did Uthman make sense or get over on God Logic? That's what 100 really. I see him asking this question, and every time a Muslim brings up Uthman destroyed this guy, he asks them how. What was the point that he got over God Logic? So it's hilarious to me. We do it even on Clubhouse with the Clubhouse Muslims. We do it all the time. But yeah, so someone asks, how do you stay so calm, Avery? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think that it's like 90% of like the Holy Spirit.
It's a fruit of the Spirit, patience.
And then 10% of how God just made me. So really it's just all God. Was what I'm trying to get to. But I have a goal in mind every time I talk to Muslims. Every time I talk to Muslims, especially with particular Muslims that like Isa Dawa, maybe Khalil Allah, Ajaz or Hamza, any of those guys, these arrogant people or these people who, they don't want the truth. They're just doing it for, their people. I have their people in mind. I have their peoples and their listeners in my mind. I want to reach them, and I want to show you guys how to respond to this stuff. So that's what's in my mind whenever I talk to these guys, honestly. So it's a mission for me. It's a means to an end, But I would ask Chloe, how in the world do you stay calm when you're getting in these conversations with these pro-aborts, especially when they say, I was raised Catholic, I was raised Christian, and, I personally wouldn't do it, but, who am I to say that, tell someone else not to make that decision? It's not my body. It's theirs.
This accent is gonna end me. I have to give the same answer as God Logic. it's through the Holy Spirit. And when you're confident in the side that you're on and you know you're standing with the truth, then really like you have nothing to worry about, because you know anything they're going to say it's going to be easily debunked. So I would have to say the same exact way you handle the Muslims, I handle the pro-aborts.
It's really crazy, going on that side, going into that world. I had a nice trip on Chloe's side, in Vegas, and on one of my sit down evangelistic um, trips, I guess you could say, call it moments. I had about a 20-minute conversation with a dude who believed abortion was okay, and honestly, it was probably worse than talking to the Muslims when I was talking to him. Or maybe just as bad. I don't know. Honestly, it's hard for me to compare. I would have to make a chart and put the pros and cons of talking to a pro-abort and then talking to a Mohammedan.
Probably
That's what.
just as bad. They might physically say they want to kill you less often, except I get told I hope you get raped more often than I hope you get killed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's their thing to say. It's like, thank you. Can you address what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. We have somebody who wants to join the stream, guys. So Abu Musa, here's the link right here. You're more than welcome to join in on the discussion. Um, Chris Claus, how often do you get into these discussions about abortion with people? Oh,
He dipped.
there he is.
There you go. Welcome back.
I got scared of Abu Musa joining.
Hey, somebody said I saw you get a few shivers during the discussion with Issa. Holy Spirit was there trying to wake you up. He was trying to keep me awake during the other guy's monologue, man. I cut the other guy's part out because it literally was just a deviation from the discussion, so I had to cut a large part of it out. But yeah, if you guys want to see me answer him, you could check out Issa's stream. It's a waste of time, really, though. Just addressing the Council of Nicaea crap.
I think
yeah.
I honestly think Issa did a wonderful job moderating it in a way that you and him actually got to have a discussion. I
Yeah.
actually got to give him credit for that. What the part that I was watching, I think I seen at least 4 times he told the Muslims on the panel, like, hold on, let God Logic finish what he's saying and type things, right? So
Yep. There's a lot of times where the Muslims guys tried to cut me off or whatever, and he stopped them. Even when that dude deviated the conversation, he said, just focus on what I said, just respond to me, and just don't worry about forget about what he said. Like it was and the dude left. He ended up leaving. But Issa was like, you didn't have to leave, but just hold your horses, slow down, like we're having a structured discussion. So yeah, props to Issa Dawa for being a excellent host that day. Super cool, not disrespectful at all in the slightest, and I got to give him his props, man.
I agree. I almost feel bad for being mean to him on my streams and stuff. I have to be more nicer to the guy now.
Yeah,
I was being mean because of the way he was talking about, punching David in the face and how he was talking before, but I don't know, maybe he's turned a new leaf as well, so maybe I will have to as well.
Yes, amen. Yeah, so people grow, and so like when I first started with Issa, it wasn't like that. I got kicked off the first time I was there, but I don't know what it is. I guess I'm growing on him to where he lets me have my time to speak a lot, and yeah, it's cool. It's a cool. I don't worry when I'm in there, and it may have a lot to do with Khalil too, Khalil Allah, because Khalil Allah really likes me. So it could have a lot to do with that. Me and the Khalil Allah. Khalil Allah was defending me on TikTok twice. He was on my side, calling out a Muslim for making bad arguments and not understanding what we're saying, or when a Muslim tried to bring up Numbers 31 about the taking the children for the young girls for yourself, and Khalil Allah was just shaking his head and was like telling this dude He's straw men in the Bible and making bad arguments and not understanding what God logic is
Wow.
saying. He really was going off. We got to be honest, guys. When we're making bad arguments, we can't just sit here and be quiet about it. So it was pretty funny. We even said like because it happened twice, so like 2 days in a row on somebody else's stream, and he was like, "Listen, guys, I'm tired of having to defend God logic here, but I keep finding myself on his side. Can you guys stop doing this to us and start making better arguments?" I was like, I gotta give props where props is due, man. So anyway, shout out to Khalil Allah for that. But yeah, we got L in the house. It's way past my bedtime, but hi, y'all, just here for a minute or two. What's up, L? Wow, what's going on? So yeah, Abu Musa, there's the stream link if you're still here wanting to join. I think I spoke to you before, maybe not, I don't know, but I think you're a Muslim.
Yeah, I think you spoke to him on our channel or my channel with us.
Was he nice?
Uh,
By nice, I mean a good guest to have on.
It whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, we have about 50 people in here in this late night spontaneous stream, and it looks like we only have about 10 likes or so. So I'm gonna give you guys about a minute to get it together. Like, this is ridiculous. There was about 300 of you guys watching the premiere with me, my conversation with Issa, and there are about 300 of y'all, and only 130 something likes. That was incredible to me. Like, what is up? Like, guys, don't y'all get it? We need to match how the Muslims blindly encourage each other. They do it blindly. We have to match that same energy, man. So if there's 60 people in here, 60 likes. Period.
Or else you secretly live in Blackstone, huh?
I'm just gonna have to say this.
Yep.
If y'all haven't hit that like button, you secretly kiss that black stone.
There you go. You heard it from Chris. So if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on, well, you are watching on YouTube, give it a like. We should be matching the like. We should be matching the views, man.
And hey, if you're a Muslim out there, give us a dislike. We love our haters.
Yeah, and make sure you like or subscribe and unsubscribe. Avery and I were just talking about it in a room earlier today. I was like, why don't you guys subscribe to God Logic? He's like, it's haram. And Avery goes, well, if you subscribe and then unsubscribe, you get double blessing.
No, seriously. Here he goes. How you doing, Abu?
Hey, I'm fine, thank you, brother. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What time is it where you are?
Actually 11:48. I mean,
oh, it's not too bad. You're only 2 hours away from me.
Yeah, East Central time.
Okay.
I'm in the Midwest. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest.
Nice. We spoke before, haven't we?
No, if not.
We haven't?
No. The first time I heard you talk was on Christian. Christian Prince was playing your video. You're having a beat down on Uthman, and I was like, man. Who's that dude? I want to know who that guy is. Let me go check him out, man. And Christian Priest was trying to have guys go subscribe to you and follow you. Yeah. Man, it didn't take long, and your channel just exploded. I'm like, man, this is how you know you are called, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you're a Christian?
Absolutely, I'm a Christian. I can never be a Muslim, man. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that stupid.
It's not. He said he's not that stupid.
Well, you don't want to go out there and kiss that stone.
Hell no. So,
yeah.
I'll confess, Abu Musa is not my name. I used it because I used to talk to Muslims, and I used to get attacked a lot. So I was like, you know what? I use a Muslim name because I had a Christian name, and they would attack me. Said, "Oh, you know nothing about Islam." So I used a Muslim name now. They couldn't even say a lot. Well, that was like 10 years ago. So I just kept it. I was like, I just keep it.
You should have named yourself Abu Muhammad.
Yeah, that would have
That
been
would have been
good.
crazy.
Abu Muhammad. Let's get these likes up, guys. We're almost there. Once we fit, hit that 60 like because there's 60 of us in here. We get 60 likes, we can move on. I want to get into some pro-abortion
I was gonna say,
arguments.
I was gonna say I had a question for Miss Chloe.
Yeah, I
Let's
want to
go.
get into this, man, but we can't continue if
Yeah.
we just sitting in a limbo. You know what I'm saying?
We need them 60. Come on now.
Yeah, come on, guys. How we
100
look?
100 ask a question. He says, question for Chloe: is there a pro-choice version of Sheikh Uthman, somebody who just fabricates sources and lies nonstop?
Oh yeah, see that's so good. Is there an opposite, or a mirror, image when it comes to Islam, on the abortion side? Like, is there somebody
before
with a name?
before I would say 2 3 weeks ago, my answer would have been not that I can think of. But
That's
since we're doing this 2 to 3 weeks later, I would have to nominate Dr. Phil. I think it would be Dr. Phil.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh, that's good.
Oh, and
The
that's so true.
Dr. Phil clip.
Yeah, I would have to nominate Dr. Phil.
Did you get to react to that yet?
I did, and it got like over 9,000 views in the first 2 days.
Whoa.
Woo! Shoot.
Yeah, people were
Viral.
pretty annoyed.
Hey, L says, answer Planned Parenthood.
That's a good,
You
that's a
don't
good
even
one,
got to
too.
be a specific individual. Planned Parenthood, period, is sending out lies and information and false
We
information.
we say planned murderhood.
Planned Murderhood.
That's what I
Yeah,
call
All
it.
right, cool.
they
Cool.
don't add the footnotes in. They just
No,
start taking stuff out. That's all they do.
exactly.
No, for real. So yeah, I only saw like a little probably 60-second interaction of the Dr. Phil and I forget the sister's name.
Lila
Okay.
Rose.
Lila Rose. And so he's just it's a scientific fact that you know
There's no
scientists disagree.
consensus
I,
that life begins at consent. Like, what are you talking
I
about?
was waiting on him to bring up a fact. I probably Lila was waiting on the same thing. If someone would have told you, if you're sitting in Lila's seat, looking Dr. Phil in the eyes, and he's telling you that it's a scientific fact that you know, uh, birth, what is it? Life doesn't begin at
Yeah,
conception.
he was arguing there's no consensus on
Yeah,
what
there's no
life begins,
consistency.
which
What?
is as big of a lie, probably like equivalent to Islam. Like, that would be like a Muslim saying the Quran is perfectly preserved. Like, that's how big of a lie it is to us.
Interesting.
Like, that's how big it is.
Interesting. You know what, Chris? I'm gonna have to take a hiatus, and I'm gonna have to turn into pro-life logic.
Eh.
Pro life
That would
logic.
be funny.
I think I'm gonna have to create some type of playlist or some for and pro-life logic. That's what I'm gonna have to jump into that because talking to that dude in Vegas literally resurged that type of focus and for that type of community. Man. So Chloe, what do you think of the segment that you saw with that conversation, man?
Oh my goodness. I wanted to like debate him through the screen right then and there. I'm glad I wasn't like there because I would have probably acted like I act on Clubhouse, just trying to interrupt and be like, "Shut up, let me talk for like 10 seconds and get a thought out before you come in and interrupt me." So I'm glad she was there and not me.
Yo, no, seriously. This is and this is something that I really would love to see. I would really love to see Chloe going off. I don't see enough rooms, man. I don't see enough of those rooms, those conversations, those opportunities. You're always watching us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I look, and the thing is, like, people come in, like, they open rooms in the Pro Life Classroom Club on Clubhouse, and my friend's up there moderating, talking, and I see like probably 40 people in the room. I walk in and I'm automatically on the stage because he adds me as a host, and then they all go down. All of the guys just like drop down, and I'm where's everybody going? It's not
I,
fair.
I would stay up with you.
Oh.
I'd stay up.
Honestly, Chloe, I can never put my finger on why do people why are people so eager to defend abortion? Because in my family too, I have arguments with almost everybody about this. So I always shut them up when I say, so what are we arguing about? About people having the right to kill? Are we really talking about someone having the right to kill another person? Is that even a conversation? And they just shut up. They just stop talking. I'm like, because it makes no sense to me. I can never wrap my head around that logic.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So it's my choice. Like, what
basically,
choice? Your choice to kill? You have a
yeah,
choice to kill you?
yeah, that's basically what it is. The more like you start talking, for me personally, things going like the Women's March, which is like a pro-abortion march, is more of my thing than going to a
Sounds
pro-life march.
vicious.
Yeah, it's
Sounds vicious.
very vicious. The last one I went to in 2020, October of 2020, it was probably like maybe 50, yeah, 45 to 50 college students. We went as like our college. We went and we were on the corner of the Supreme Court, and we saw this crowd, probably 5,000 people of pro-abortion people with the most disgusting signs ever, and we were holding like our signs that we made. And I want to pull people out to talk with them. Like I much rather like being in that environment where the majority is the opposition to me than being like in the pro-life the March for Life that I went to back in January, which is great and it's fun and all that stuff, but I can't like you can't talk with people. You can't like try to change people's minds or share ideas when everybody's thinking the same.
Right, right. But God will tell you how to warrior spirit to go into. It's like a lion getting into a hyena's den and just pulling one aside and getting a beat down.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
if I could do that. It sounds like it's a
Yeah,
lot. It take a lot.
I feel like if God Logic or Chris went out and like did that the same thing, try to talk to someone. If I was like in Avery's shoes and I was sitting down with that guy, I would have probably prophesied that he would have been like, "Oh, you're like," it would have not went that calm. He would have probably been like yelling at me and saying, "You're betraying your own kind. You're against your own rights." Like, for some reason, seeing a female pro-life person like out there and being vocal about it hurts them. I don't know why. It just hurts them so much.
No, they want you to have the right to kill. That's a problem. Like, oh, you
Yeah.
want to kill? How come you don't want to kill? Be like us. How evil? How it's unbelievably evil. Hey,
It,
every today when I was watching your show today, the one with that one guy, it was like everybody was against you, man, and you were so calm. I could not believe it.
I tell
Calm,
you,
collected. So
yeah.
I've for so long, since I started watching you, I wanted to really ask you this question. Like, you can really see it's clear when somebody watches videos and learns from videos, and somebody who reads books. I know you've read books, no doubt about it. From the way you talk, I know you've read books. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah,
Now I feel like I need to dive into some books because I have a lot of knowledge from just watching videos, but that's never good enough. Never, never good enough.
yeah. It's interesting. Both has pros and cons. Like when I read books, the stuff sticks. The stuff sticks, and I
Mm,
don't know the way that videos don't for me. But at the same, but videos are like it's quick type stuff for me. Like the videos, you could just type in a video and kind of find your answer to what you're doing. But a book gives you like the answer and more. Like you can with the books, they allow you to be able to go at it in different angles to get to the same spot. So
okay.
that's what I love about some of the readings that I've done. I still have books that I haven't touched that I've had for years. I still haven't read a single chapter, but I need to. If I read these books, I would be on a whole different level. My
I
apologetics would be crazy.
I'll tell you every
I'd be
in
like
five
Chris.
years. I'll tell you every right now in 5 years it would be such a celebrity on YouTube.
You think
Like
so?
I am serious about this. About a million subscribers. I have no doubt about it.
I
Your
believe it,
style
man.
works. Your style works like magic.
Well, I believe it, man. I believe I'm seeing as long as we're seeking the kingdom,
Yes.
God will provide everything else.
If
Everything
I
else.
get a chance, if I had a chance, I would definitely like to come learn, man.
Where you oh well, you're Central Time, so you're not out
I'm
here.
all the way yeah, in the Midwest. I'm
Yeah.
much older. Yeah, I'm older, but I'm not. But I'm very, very humble. I learn from everybody. If I see something I want to know, I don't care if it's a 5 year or hey, can you please teach me?
Mm. See
I'm always
that's a beautiful characteristic to have, man. It's a beautiful characteristic to that. I was talking to an older Muslim. We know Chloe and Chris. We know him. His name is Sabir, and he's older. And he told me one time, uh, I can't. You can't teach me little, and they're gonna call me the little N word. You can't. But
exactly
he's an older black Muslim, Quran only. You can't teach me little, you know. And I'm 3 times your age, young buck. You can't tell me nothing. You can't
right.
tell me. You
Three
know.
times your three times your age with an IQ of a 1 digit.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
exactly. But yeah, man, stay in touch, man. If you and I'm easily accessible. I
Man,
try to
thank you a lot, man. This is very humbling, and it's an honor to meet you, Chloe, and the other guy in the bottom. Sorry,
Chris
I'm not.
Claus. Put some respect on it,
Yeah,
Chris
yeah,
Claus.
Klaus. Yeah, Chris.
How you doing,
Chris.
Abu?
Yeah, Chris is a lot better. I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. Um,
Yeah.
I think
Thank
I'll just step down, but I'll keep watching. I'll keep
Oh
watching.
yeah, no problem, man. But yeah, stay in touch, my brother.
God
Stay in
bless,
touch.
buddy.
Thank.
You're always welcome.
Yeah,
What
thank you,
happened
bro.
to Chloe?
Yeah, what happened to Chloe here?
Chloe, don't run off
Chloe,
now.
Chloe,
About to get you exposed, Chloe. Haha.
you running? You
Yeah, she
you
running.
about to catch these eyes?
About to catch these abortion idiots, man.
Oh, you're not gonna click that second link, that Anna
Th-
Kasparian one,
This
are
one
you?
right here, man, destroys pro-life Republicans.
Man,
Sounds
I don't
like
even like this lady's voice, but yeah,
you can
she's.
literally.
You know who she is?
No, I don't.
She's part of the Young Turks. She's part of the network there. Uh, Cenk Uygur is the host of it. It's a left wing podcast. They were rivaling with Louder with Crowder for a little while until he got a little bit too big for them. Now he doesn't really talk to them anymore. But yeah, she's one of the hosts on that show. Um, and she actually debated Ben Shapiro. I think this was roughly about 3 years ago. Um,
Really?
yes.
Hey, where have I been? Why don't I know about stuff like this?
Hey man, because I was into politics big time.
Hmm.
So when it come to politics, like Ben Shapiro's like the one to watch, right?
Yes.
He's like the man to
Yeah.
watch. So I started watching his debates, and he,
Oh, he's actually had formal debates.
yeah, like
Oh
real like
wow.
debates, like stand on stage one on
Yeah.
one, yeah, and he made people look stupid.
That's funny. I've only seen like clips of Ben Shapiro, a lot of clips, by the way, so I'm like subscribed to his channel, but I seen his clips or little talks. I've never seen him do a formal debate before though. I will definitely be interested in seeing that. That is, he's, facts don't care about your feelings, dude.
Oh yeah,
That's him right there, man. Ben Shapiro is the guy. It's so crazy to me too, before I didn't know that he was a Jew. I would have thought that he might have been an atheist with how he carries himself. How he talks or whatever. Just terrible judgment on my end. But him being a Jew and with the facts and the facts and the facts, I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't believe in Jesus. I am
well,
surprised at that.
if it now now you're gonna have to go down the rabbit trail of discussions that Ben Shapiro's had,
Hmm.
because watch the discussion. I think it was with MacArthur that he
Mhm.
was discussing with. You got to watch that discussion. That is really interesting because it's not like he rejects it. He just can't accept it, basically.
He can't accept it because of his heritage type of thing, because of his people.
Well, it the because of modern day Judaism, right? The way that it's learned, the way that it's taught, the way that you have to understand it. That's
Yeah.
just the way you have to understand it. But he can't deny like these things either. He just can't really. Oh, she's back. She got
Don't
scared
run.
because she
I
saw
don't
Anna
run.
Kasparian's name.
I don't run.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if these guys are using StreamYard. They might be using another platform, but some of them are able to have like our screens on the face while the screen that they're sharing is like big behind, like the big background, you know, like what Isadawa was doing. I got to figure out what he uses because I like the way his stuff looked. I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're just going through and I'm trying to pick some stuff that is interesting, that looks like it'll destroy and end
Oh,
pro-life's YouTube career in an instant, you
click on
know,
that.
In
Click on
my
that
future
second one.
medical career too.
Yeah, just
and
click on
her
that.
future medical career.
Just click on that second one. Anna Kasparian will destroy pro-life Chloe in a matter of seconds. Watch this
Oh
one.
Okay.
yeah, it's a short too. Do I have to
Okay.
mute?
These so-called pro-life Republicans who are only pro-life in the context of being able to control a woman's body. So let's say we play devil's advocate, right? And we just go along with what Matt Gaetz is arguing.
I'm sorry. First point. Pro-life advocates are only pro-life advocates in uh to control women's bodies. Is that really the narrative here? Is that they want to control women's bodies, anti-women? That's what that's the disguise, huh?
Yeah, we're very.
Like criticizing Islam is Islamophobia, hate
Mhm,
towards Muslims. So
mhm,
pro-lifers are anti-women, try to control women.
mhm.
That's what it is, Chloe.
Apparently.
Same ones that give them the right to vote too.
Awesome. Wow, Harry. Look what Harry called her. Jezebel. Awesome. Okay, well, let's see how this goes, man. Let's
See
see
what I?
how this.
Do you see what I mean about her voice though?
Yes, absolutely. She almost has me saying my shahada for pro-abortion. So let's see how this goes. Let me know if is there an echo if I don't mute, guys? I want to try this out in practice.
Here that the majority of people who have diabetes
Echo.
There's an
Yeah.
echo. All right,
Yep.
fine. I got to mute up first then.
have it because they can't control their eating, they're not getting enough exercise. Okay, so what Matt Gaetz is advocating for, along with the majority of his Republican colleagues in the House, is for people who can't afford this medication, people who can't afford insulin, to just die. That is what they are effectively advocating for. He is saying, because that's how this works, guys. Everyone knows this is how it works. If you can't afford the medication and you have diabetes, what happens to you? You die. You don't take the medication, you don't get the insulin you need. And then these clowns want to turn around and claim that they're pro-life. These so-called pro-life Republicans who are only pro-life in
Ooh, pro-life, Chloe. How can you be pro-life, Chloe, when
Yeah.
you want people to die with diabetes?
Yeah, I don't. And what's the correlation? I'm so.
The correlation is clear, Chloe. Stop trying to play dumb and deaf and blind.
You just trying to run.
So we're not pro-life because we don't want to advocate for the murder of unborn babies in the womb. That doesn't make us pro-life. Okay.
Correct.
Lovely.
I think, and I honestly think that she's probably one of the dumbest people on this side of the Pacific or whatever. But she kind of said that 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 the United States government basically, if you can't afford insulin and you have diabetes, that the government is just going to let you die. Like that isn't even close to being factually truthful. Like
Hmm.
What do you
not even close at all. Like that's brutal. There's many people that aren't able to pay for their own insulin that have insurance that covers it for them. So they get their insulin. It's just dumb to hear somebody like Anna Kasparian uh, be that dumb and say that many dumb things within 2 minutes.
That was 2 minutes.
I was guessing because I think you get 2 minutes on TikTok, don't you?
Yeah, it depends. But wow, that was. I think that was a waste of time for her to make.
Okay, well, we got somebody who's even better.
Oh boy.
We got somebody better. We have the man himself, Chris Claus, Bill Nye, the science
Oh,
guy.
the science guy.
Have you seen this, Chloe?
I
You can't refute the science guy.
You can't
let's
refute him.
let's see.
Some people say stupid on purpose. That is crazy.
Do you
I
know
believe that.
do you know
Bye.
how
Good
many
night, Al.
degrees do you know how many degrees the science guy has?
As many as Dr. Phil.
Probably.
These people are perfectly qualified haters.
Yeah,
So
for
let's see.
sure.
Let's see what he has to say. I'm gonna mute up. And
women's rights with respect to their reproduction. I think you should leave it to women.
Mm,
Well, first off,
this
can I
beat
ask
banging.
can I ask you a question, Mrs. Pro Life Chloe?
sure.
The question I would ask you is when it comes to women, as a majority, would they be pro life or pro abort?
Pro life.
So if we leave it up to the females, then pro life wins. Sorry, Bill Nye, you're an
Yeah,
idiot.
pro life. I think it's like 51 to 49. It's close, but we're 51 to 49%.
I I believe you're 100% correct.
I think last time I checked.
Wow. So we should leave it up to women, Bill Nye says.
Yeah.
That's also what the guy was telling me, Chloe, when I was having a conversation to him. That was one of
Should have
his
got
first
me
things.
on the phone. Be like, you wanna like speed dial?
Yeah, yeah. Should I call? I actually have a
You want me to
woman.
ask a woman?
See, that's good. Now we should leave it up to women. Chris, coming to you. Somebody says that you don't have a right to answer this. You're a man. You have male genitals. Um, Number one, first before I go to you, Chris, I'm so sorry because it just popped in my head. If somebody were to say that to me in 2022, I would I would sue them for hate crime because how dare they assume
Assume
that I
your
have
gender.
male genitals? How dare they? How dare they, Chloe?
Uh-huh.
I
No,
know I
Doc.
may look buff and I'm chocolate with a beard and nice fade and I would fall under the category of extremely handsome and not pretty. But how dare they assume such things?
I would ask them
Don't
what is a woman. That's what I
I
would
would
ask.
act I would that's see we're coming up with our points. We're about to make a pro abortion track. How to answer them, tracked how to answer them, how to
Yep.
respond to these things. Yeah,
Well,
but going to you, Chris.
All right. So to answer that question, I believe that I am qualified to speak on this topic because I've raised 5 children.
You've raised five. No, only women can raise children.
Yeah, yes, exactly. They can. Yes, with men.
With men. With men. Okay.
I'm not saying a woman can't raise a child, but a man and woman raising a child is much better.
I see. I would, I guess, agree with that. Why not? Um, Now, so you, as a father, you would say that you have a say in whether or not your child lives or can be killed.
You would think so, right? Like, it takes two. at that point. It's never usually the woman unless her name is Mary
Mhm.
and the baby that she's carrying, his name is Jesus.
Hallelujah.
That is about the only time that the woman is the only one that was involved in the creation of that, other than God, of course. So when a man and a woman lay down and they procreate and they have a child, I do believe that the man has just as much say as the woman.
Yeah. Awesome. Agreed. Let's see let's see what else Bill Nye has to offer here. Maybe he has some real stuff because we stopped at 7 seconds in. Let's see. He's about to destroy Chloe right here.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
Nobody likes abortion, okay? But you can't tell somebody what to do. I mean, she has rights over this, especially if she doesn't like the guy that got her pregnant, especially if
Yeah.
you're raped and all this.
Yeah, Chloe. Bam. There you go. Take that one. You sit there and take them ayats. She is allowed to kill her baby even if she doesn't like
Logic
the guy
space.
that got her pregnant.
That was great. Oh.
That was his answer?
That bam. Bam.
Nobody likes abortion?
I would
But
have
it's
to
the-
disagree with that statement with the amount
Nobody
of
likes
coworkers I've
nobody
talked
likes abortion, but you can't say she can't do it. Just in case she doesn't like the guy that she slept with,
to.
Wow. That's I didn't expect that from him. But why didn't I? Why am I being surprised? All right, let me get in my mode or something because this is crazy. In case she doesn't like the guy that she got pregnant by.
just in case.
Mhm.
Just in case.
All right.
Nobody likes abortion, but just in case you don't like the guy that you're sleeping with, go and kill that baby. Wouldn't you just love to punch it? How could you interview somebody like that without punching them in the face after a remark like that's the most evil comment you could ever make? Let's kill a baby because you don't like the person you're sleeping with. Like disgusting.
I thought these were going to be better.
We have so many more important things to be dealing with. We have so many more problems. To squander resources on this argument based on bad science, on just lack of understanding. At some point, we have to respect the facts. Recommending or insisting on abstinence has been completely ineffective. Not giving women access to birth control has not been an effective way to lead to healthier society.
Mm-hmm. So, birth control.
Hold on a second.
Listen.
Let's look at the facts here. Trying to promote abstinence has been ineffective. Abstinence doesn't work. Abstinence is not the answer for unwanted pregnancies, Chris and Chloe.
It's worked out
Wow.
for me. It's worked out well for me the past 21 years.
I'm saying that in the 1960s, the 1970s, the 1980s, it worked out real good because
Yeah.
people, I hate to say it, but back then, people were shamed for having babies outside of marriage and things to that nature. So they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm shocked. Chris.
Just
I love his face. I
abstinence
love
don't-
Avery's face.
it just don't work, man.
Somebody said he has a point. This is unbelievable. Imagine if everybody decided to be abstinent / celibate, because some people have already committed these things. So let's say they turn to celibacy. Wouldn't that like completely take away the issue of unwanted pregnancies?
Yep.
And obviously, we're not talking about the less than 1% of rape cases. We're not talking about the exception. We're talking about actual abortion cases.
Yep.
Inconvenience, bad timing. I don't like you enough. I wasn't ready.
That's a new one. I have to admit that having an abortion because they don't like the father. That's a
They
new
don't
one.
like the father.
That's a very
Yeah,
interesting one.
He didn't even buy me a burger.
It's
I
pretty
gotta, I
bad.
gotta abort this kid now.
It's equally as bad, but that's a new one. I have not.
Right.
I thought I
That's
heard it
tough.
all.
That's tough. This is tough, guys. This is tough. Okay, let's continue. Wow.
Can I have a question before, if you got a minute?
Sure.
Hey, Miss Chloe, I
Yes.
have a question. It's a statement and maybe a confirmation. But
Mhm.
Ben Shapiro, and I tell my children this as well, and I heard him say this, that if a boy and a girl, they go through school, they graduate school, then they get together, and then they get married, and then they have children after getting married and going through school and things to that nature, they are in the it's like 60 or 70% chance of being in the higher, like in the top 1% area and whatnot in the country, isn't it?
Sounds about right. I mean, they're doing it God's way. That's kind of ironic.
Amen. And that's what I tell my children. I think that's we all need to tell our children. You need to go through school, you need to graduate, you need to get a job, you need to find somebody, you need to get married, and then you need to have children afterwards.
Mhm.
Let's get back to the good old days, people.
Amen. Amen. All right, Bill Nye, continue to blow my mind.
So I just really encourage you to
Where
not
is he?
tell women what to do and not pursue these laws that really are in nobody's best interest.
It's in best interest of the unborn child.
This video is called. Wait, why did he disappear?
Is it called Bill Nye's an Idiot?
No, 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 no. It's called
We're being
Bill Nye
slammed, Chris. We're being
slams
slammed. Like just
anti-abortion activists. I'm glad they're calling it for what it is, though. Anti-abortion, instead of anti-choice. I'm
He's not
proud of
wrong.
them for that.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, I
like
want to give them props for that.
Mr. God
CNN
Yeah, CNN, ladies and gents.
corrupt news network.
Yeah, it's Chris. It's not in no one's best interest
No,
to save lives.
nope. Nobody's best interest. Just too many people walking around at that point. Overpopulation.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. So that's strike 2 for the pro-abortion team. Honestly, I'm coming in here completely unbiased. Y'all see look at my search. Y'all see the search, right? Y'all see the search? Is it on the screen?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
see the search?
We do.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find them. Okay. So let's just try again. All right. Top 5 pro-life arguments destroyed. That's what I'm looking for.
Gotta love Ben Shapiro's always in the top.
And yeah, how in the world is Ben Shapiro on this? Oh, YouTube, you're not doing good with this algorithm. Why facts matter on both sides of abortion debate. Sounds like pro-life, pro-choice group clash in protest uptown.
Ooh, we get to see some old people fighting. No.
Let's see what happens here.
We're gonna
Abortion
throw
rallies
down.
across the country, including right here in Charlotte, getting heated today. From St. Louis to St. Petersburg, hundreds of abortion rights advocates protesting to stop the bans that have been passed in multiple states. Today's Charlotte protests getting pretty intense, with pro-choice and pro-life supporters clashing. NBC Charlotte's Michelle Bowden live at 5. Michelle, emotions running high.
It started as a peaceful pro-choice rally meant to fight what they call a wave of extreme abortion bans across the country.
It's not his uterus! It's not his body! I'm delighted that so many women have come out and are angry, and that men who support women are out here and that they're angry, because what's going on out here in the country is just appalling. It's terrifying.
But things quickly escalated as a group of pro-life supporters also wanted their voices heard.
I am now in hell!
That's right. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. You going, lady?
As the two
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome right there.
Not yet. you're on the express train there.
You on that wide path, baby girl, but you ain't there yet. Trust me. I like it, OG. Oh man, this is tough. It's tough. I'm trying to find something that would represent, the side. I'm trying to find something, but this is bad.
Telling you, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is really
That
Okay.
that guy was like that was the best comeback ever right there. Like, she ain't gonna never say something like that to anybody again. He shut her down.
Police shootings.
Oh yeah, that police guy, he schools Don Lemon in that one. I've seen that one as well.
Okay, it looks like this is not going to. A woman films herself during an abortion. That looks interesting. I'm finding a lot of. Do they know that I'm pro-life or something? Like, do they know what kind of guy I am?
They just don't make the content because they know they don't have an argument, so they don't make the content.
I'm pretty sure.
They
Okay,
don't
here we
say
go.
Stuff.
Hey, almost 300,000 views.
Okay. That's
Okay,
good.
let's go. Let's see what he got.
So I recently attended the March for Life in my hometown, where I was also simultaneously responsible for capturing video footage of the event. And a lot of the footage that I captured was of counter-protesters, pro-choice counter-protesters. And so I got exposed to a lot of their rhetorical techniques. And while you'd think that insulting other people for their age or their gender, or blowing noisemakers while the other side is trying to articulate their case, or shouting obscenities at small children,
Have you had sex? No. Yeah. What is his uterus?
would be tactics that would win any debate, it somehow didn't seem to have the desired effect, because I didn't see a lot of pro-life people getting discouraged or abandoning their position. And I know I'm taking pot shots there. The fact is, I genuinely want to help pro-choice people accurately understand the pro-life position, even if that means that you'll be better equipped to argue against it.
Okay. Interesting.
I like him so far, Chris and Chloe. I like him so far. It seems like he's taking an It seems like he's taking an unbiased route here, where he's going to steel man the pro-life position and then show the pro-abortion folk how to deal with these points being raised, instead of dealing with it emotionally and throwing out crazy stuff when kids are around.
Hey, Danny Davis. God bless you, brother. See you in the
What's up,
chat.
Danny?
Love you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, someone said he's pro-life. Interesting. He's pro-life.
It's a good
I've seen
clickbait
these
title.
videos. He's pro-life. Then what the heck are we doing
I
here?
should label one of my videos like that: defeating pro-life arguments.
I see. Yeah, you'll blow up. You'll blow up. Okay. Let's see here, man. Let's see what else he got. Maybe he'll represent some of the pro-choice arguments the best way possible. Pro-abortion, excuse me. It's almost like calling, Mohammedans Muslims. They're really Mohammedans. So yeah, let's see what he let's see what he has here. Okay, let me mute up.
So there seems to be this misconception out there that the only reason a person would adopt a pro-life position is because of religious indoctrination or patriarchal misogyny. And that if that's the case, then there's no point in having a logical debate with such people. While that may be true in some cases, in most cases that I'm familiar with, pro-life people believe what they do because of a logical formula. And this also happens to be what informs my own beliefs on this issue. And that provides an opportunity for people of a pro-choice persuasion, because it means that you can engage that logic with arguments of your own. And if you can disrupt it, then you might win people over to your side, or at least variable versions of this. But I think I've got it down to its essential premises that lead to a conclusion. And for pro-choice counter arguments to be effective, all you should have to do is demonstrate how any of those premises are flawed, or how the conclusion doesn't follow.
Okay, I get it now. Yeah, he's definitely pro-life, and he's doing. I've done this before with Muslims. I've told a Muslim, and even I've seen Hunter do this as well. Like, if you want to beat Christians in a debate, or beat the Christian argument, or on the theology and stuff like that, do this, and this. If you can do this and this and this, you'll win. You'll be able to win the argument, whatever. Which we all know that they can't do. I see what he's doing. Okay, you're not the guy I'm looking for, man. But props to you, brother, and keep on going. Keep on going. But you're not what I'm looking for.
Nice clickbait. I'm telling you, they're just not out there, Avery. The videos aren't out there.
They have to be.
I don't think so.
Young man destroys the good Lord. I don't want to see pro-abortion folk get destroyed. I want to see a pro-lifer get destroyed.
Lila Rose, baby.
I think you just found it, didn't you?
Let's see.
Helen Hadsell was able to win any competition she took part in. She was known as the contest queen because she had won 7 trips to Paris, boats, houses.
When Roe versus Wade was overturned, a number of states had abortion bans ready to take effect. Trigger laws in 13 states banned abortion immediately or soon after Roe was repealed, meaning the federal ruling triggers a state law banning abortion to go into effect. Some states are already seeing legal challenges to their trigger laws, and there are more lawsuits likely to follow.
No one here is pro-death.
What?
We don't call it pro-death. We call it pro-abortion.
I had to stop it there because literally you are pro-death if you're pro-abortion. You're literally killing babies.
Yeah, like that's what I was wondering. Like, that's like the definition of abortion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is death?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just don't say pro-death. We say pro-abortion. But they associate, which is funny, right? They associate abortion with death. But if it's not alive, then how would something that's not alive die? That's interesting.
No, that's seriously funny. Okay. Okay. Let's continue.
I always had the question that kills the argument in total, but I think they make it into it this round. I'm not sure. I'll wait until after the video and ask.
No one here is pro-abortion. The difference is pro-choice and pro-life. Lila, you say some things in the predicate of your positions that life begins at fertilization, that science is very clear about that. And you have to know science isn't, there's no consensus among the scientific community.
There is, Dr. Phil. 96%
no, actually,
of
there's
scientists
not.
say that life begins at fertilization. If you're an in vitro specialist, you're looking to create
let me
a
finish.
single cell embryo, and then you know you have a new human life. So it is a scientific fact.
Well, actually, it's not.
When do you say human life begins then?
It doesn't matter what I think.
Yes, it doesn't matter what you think because you're incorrect. You're 100% correct.
Issa Dawa last night told me that the Bible was changed and corrupted. I asked him, was it corrupted during Muhammad's time? He said, it doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
That's what his response reminds me of. When I'm comparing Dr. Phil's response to Issa Dawa's response.
I was just waiting for Dr. Phil say to tell her to go find it. Like Issa told you to go bring the original Torah and Injil.
Yeah. So you've seen that second, you've seen like the whole thing on his thing, huh?
Twice. And I'm gonna be watching it again after this live stream. I don't know if everybody knows how bad you really schooled him.
Wow.
I'm going to go through like point by point. I'm going to dissect the whole thing tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, I'm posting part 2. I was about to release it tonight, but I guess I'll release it in the morning. But yeah, you can use his, I guess.
No, I'm going to use yours. I'm not using his.
Oh, cool. All right then. All right, let's continue this.
I don't care what I think. What I'm saying is the scientific community does not have a consensus about when life begins.
It's simply inaccurate. It's simply inaccurate.
That's not true. You can go to the body.
A single cell embryo is a unique new human life.
You can go to the body of scientific literature and you can find neuroscientists who.
Sure, 4% of them.
Now, when he did, Chris, when he did that, when he picked up the notebook and started looking through, I was hoping like, okay, he's about to pull out some names and some institutes and some numbers and some facts.
Even a footnote.
A footnote, maybe something. Give me something. Give me something to work with here.
I wanted to look into the sources too. I was expecting something. I was like, okay, give me a sign, because the problem is there is none.
Yeah.
It's because it's not a majority. His position is not a majority.
His argument was so Lila says human life begins at conception. A new human embryo is made there. His argument, his response is nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
My
dad's tougher than your dad.
There's a consensus. Nuh-uh. Oh my God.
You know what would have been classic for Lila to do at that point in time? As soon as he opened up his book and he started to look into it on that page, she should have said, "Can you show me what you're reading?" Because I bet you the page is blank.
It's empty.
Nothing there. He just opened it up to make it look important. Like, there ain't nothing on that page.
Yeah, put it on the screen. Put what you're looking like. Sorry, go ahead, Chloe.
Quick Google search. When does human life begin? Let's see what pops up.
All right, then let's see there.
Let's see if Dr. Phil is correct. Let's see if there's scientific consensus.
I don't understand what I don't understand what definition he's using for consensus. But he's like, if you pick up a scientific paper, you can find. Well, sure you can. There's 4% of scientists out there that don't agree. As she said, 96 say that it does. There is 4% that doesn't. So of course you're going to be able to find somebody that's written something about it. Doesn't mean it's right.
Yes. So we have here from pubmed.ncbi yada yada yada.gov says the embryo protection law in force as of January 1st, 1991 defines the beginning of life in a medical sense, to wit, the embryo is the fertilized egg cell capable of development already from the time of fertilization.
But wait.
From the time of what?
Fertilization.
But wait, you got Princeton University, which is a liberal school. Let's see what they say.
Princeton University. Might have to actually click this one. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Uh, Getting a handle on just a few basic human embryological terms accurately can considerably clarify yada 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 yada. Only brief scientific descriptions yada yada. I just want the answer. Furthermore, complicated details yada yada yada. Okay, he's just talking about terms here. The question fundamentally should be not by philosophers, okay? Okay.
Should be a section where they quote life beginning at fertilization. They're just explaining reproduction there. Gameogenesis, fertilization. They're just explaining fertilization, zygote. But it tells you after fertilization.
After fertilization, the single cell human embryo doesn't become another kind of thing.
So it's a human being.
It simply divides and grows bigger and bigger, developing through several stages as an embryo over an 8-week period. Several of these developmental stages of the growing embryo are given special names. Okay, and it goes through the names that it takes on. In sum, a mature sperm and a mature human, yada yada, of that, each has only 23 chromosomes. They each have half for a human being. They cannot singly develop further into human beings. They produce only gamete, yada yada. On the other hand, a human being is the immediate product of fertilization. Found it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even up at the top, where it says a basic human embryological facts to begin with, scientifically, something very radical occurs between the process of it starts giving it there.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see that part that you were reading. Were you reading this?
Yeah, it's basically the same. I got the same one.
Nice. Okay.
So Chris knows I'm in medical school major, studying to become an OBGYN. So anatomy, physiology, biology are my absolute favorite subjects. I wrote in my notes this week in class from a liberal school. What is fertilization? First week of embryonic, and they used the word life. That was literally word for word what was in the notes.
Say that again.
What is fertilization? First week of embryonic life.
Life.
First week of embryonic
Oh.
life.
Yeah,
What is fertilization?
You got neat writing.
Neat writing, but the camera blurry.
Yeah. Embryonic life. That is what fertilization is, you guys.
Also, if, let's say, a hypothetical question, if somehow we were able to blow up Mars and there was algae on Mars, would scientists say that we destroyed life?
Yeah, bacteria is life on Mars.
Weirdly enough, they can count bacteria and algae as life, but they can't count an unborn child as life. Isn't that just disgusting?
Yeah, that's deep. I want to give a shout out to Hario for the gift that he left here. Abortion is conspiracy to commit murder of an unborn baby. I have 4 children. God bless. God bless you and your 4 children, Hario.
Yeah, amen. God bless your 4 children and you, Hario.
Wow. So incredible. Oh, somebody says, what about sperm being life?
So, sperm. It sounds like a very pro-abortion argument. Sperm is something we call a gamete. Spermatozoan. It's only holds half of the necessary chromosomes. So you wouldn't consider it being a individual life. It's half of the DNA. Unlike a fertilized egg, it has full 46 chromosomes. So, yep. It's the same thing like it's the same thing like they would say the same thing but with periods and with things like that. They would say, "Well, isn't having a woman having a period abortion?" No, because it's not fertilized.
Yeah, there's no fertilization.
No. And even if so, we'll give them the point that it's alive, right? We'll say, all right, it's alive, but someone's not going in and purposely murdering it. We wouldn't call a miscarriage an abortion, even though maybe some stars that want to hype up abortion might use it. Chrissy T. And
Very true. Very
so,
true.
yeah, no, it's no. Stop mixing up science.
So, Chloe, this was from the Princeton school, right?
Yeah.
And you said that this is a liberal institution?
Extremely liberal. They're in my state, and my state is extremely pro-abortion. Princeton University.
And if you go to the top, it's the International Journal of Sociology and Social Policy in 1999, titled Being, When Do Humans Begin? Scientific Myths and Scientific Facts by Diane N. Irving, M.A. Ph.D. So it's not like just somebody studying.
Yeah.
It's not Dr. Phil.
It's not Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's supposed to be the GOAT. All right, let's go back to it.
Hey, it's Adam from StreamYard. We have an
hey,
exciting new feature to announce called Green Room,
You should,
which is now available only on the business plan.
You should pause this up and go back to chat.
Green Room is a way to...
When Roe versus Wade was overturned.
Yep, pause it up, go back to chat. There you go.
Oh, we got a gift here. Thanks, Chris Claus. Connor Jones with another gift. Thank you so much, brother. He says, human development begins after, watch this, ladies and gents, the union of male and female gametes or germ cells during the process known as fertilization, i.e. conception. Dr. Keith Moore. Guess who Dr. Keith Moore is? That's the guy Muslims love to point to. Ain't that right, Chris Claus and Chloe?
Yeah, it is.
That's that guy who wants nothing to do with Islam anymore. Before he died, he was like, don't come talk to me about what I said. I don't even want to remember it. Just leave me alone.
If you got an Arabic accent, don't even buy me a coffee.
I don't even want to look at you. Okay. And thank you for the gift from Nay. He said pro-life all day, baby.
I just seen the comment there by Connor, and I knew that you were over onto the other screen and may not have seen it, and I seen how important it was, so I needed to have you read that one out.
Okay, perfect. Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry. I was looking at something and
you just like
out
totally. You did the same thing that Muslims do. It's like, so what was the best play in the game? You missed it all right there, right?
No, I told you what I was doing. Okay, I read something and it's responded out loud. What did you say?
No, I said I had to let you know about Connor's message because I think it was a really important message that you needed to read.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful. And I love you too, my man. I love you too, brother. Thank you so much, Connor. God bless you guys. Okay, so let's continue with the consensus that Dr. Phil has in that little pad of his that he's holding. All right, then.
A number of states had abortion bans.
You're looking to create
let me
a
finish.
single cell embryo, and then you know you have a new human life. It's simply inaccurate.
That's not true. You can go to the body of scientific literature and you can find neuroscientists who say that it begins when there is a detectable brainwave.
They don't say that.
Do you think he was reading something?
A neurosurgeon is that somebody that deals with like babies anyways? Like,
well, he started talking about brainwaves, so incredible. It looked like he started reading some stuff that he jotted down. Like he did some like he had one of his interns do a quick Google search on some arguments or whatever, what some people say, and they little jotted down some little notes for him. So you even
I
have
think they're just making it up. I'm no.
you know what
No
he did
neurologist
here?
say that.
I caught this argument. You see what he did here, right? So I'll give you it into analogy of sports. We'll do running, right? So we're talking about the 100-meter dash, right? And he's like, but there's these high jumpers, and these high jumpers are saying this. Somebody that has nothing to do with the conversation whatsoever, not even in that field whatsoever, and what they're saying about that. Dr. Phil, you're an idiot. Quit appealing to neurosurgeons.
That's tough.
When you should be appealing to OBGYNs.
And don't ask them. They're Kafirs, bro. Don't ask people to know.
I just wanted to say before we continued, for people like Connor Jones and Nay and Harry, people who and my guy Troy out there. Troy, if you're watching this, the people that have, and forgive me for not mentioning the names or whatever, but I appreciate every last one of you guys that support the ministry. It really helps out more than you guys know. I don't tell all of my business, but you guys really help me out a lot, and it's extremely humbling and encouraging. So thank you. Oh, we got another gift. Thanks, Ariel. He said, "I'm pro eternal life, baby."
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. God Logic. The support that people show the ministry is just overwhelming to people like me, you, and Sister Chloe. Even if we only had like 12 people here, up to, it doesn't matter if there's 12 or 200. It's just amazing to have the fellowship with the people that we do, right? It's wonderful. God is that good.
Amen. Always supplies. All right. Let's go ahead and continue on. I don't know what was going on with my computer just now, but let's go ahead. Let's see if Dr. Phil gives us something. Okay. I've been through Bill Nye. I've looked at the pro-abortion meeting. A lady's on her way to hell. We found out. We looked at one of the reporter ladies breaking down, giving something, but like these weren't good enough. Dr. Phil, you're the man. Give me some. You're my last hope of the night, man. My last hope of the night. DJ, thank you, man. He said, keep going, brother. Great content all around, all around from all of you. Thank you so much, DJ. My Quran only Christian brother right there. One of the pioneers of Quran only Christianity. Original Quran only Christianity. Don't get it twisted now. The original Quran that agrees with the gospel that Jesus is Lord and died for our sins, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. All right. Let's continue this, man. These are my hopes. Thanks so much, DJ. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let's get into this, man. Chloe, you're about to be destroyed right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. Phil, in an abortion, if it's not a human life, why do you have to kill it?
I haven't spoken over you, and you keep speaking over me, and I assume that's because you don't want me to finish.
She is so rude speaking over Dr. Phil like that.
I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm traumatized from my Muslim talks, but I'm getting so many flashbacks of you're not sincere. You've asked me a tough question. You have challenged my claim. Avery, you're not sincere. You're being rude right now, Avery. You're just being an Islamophobe, Avery, by asking me a question based off of what I just said. Incredible. Wow, this is going to be fun, Chloe, when I get into this. This is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100 said, Dr. Phil buying time.
Speaking.
He just pulled a Muslim.
For real. Trying to buy some time. Like, remember the part where where Issa said to me, I'm gonna answer your question. But I'm gonna answer your question, but it should have been asked a different way. But I'm gonna answer your question. Remember that? Like he's stalling, trying to come up with the words, obviously. Oh my gosh, I was tickled.
And then you're like, no, the way that I asked, it's perfectly fine. Then he explained it why.
Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. 100. I got to meet you one day, man. You are just you're just a ball of good content, man, and good just information. I gotta find out who you are. Okay, y'all see her face? I would have been smiling, or maybe looking like this. If it was me, I probably would have been like, she has a straight face, kind of. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. She's doing better than me. All right, let's see.
My thought, which is, if anyone here wants to fact check me instead of speak over me, you can go to the scientific literature and query what the definition is of the beginning of life.
I did.
We did that, didn't we?
We done fact checked you. We done fact checked you, Baldy.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that. So what's the next step, Dr. Phil? Only you can tell us. You're Dr. Phil. We've done the fact checking part. Okay, boom. What's the next step in my life, in my journey with this?
Repenting.
And you will find that there are different definitions, and it's up to you to decide what you think. But there is not a consensus among the scientific community, and it has actually evolved across time. Before we had sonograms, it was a black box what was going on in there. Then when we got to the point we had sonograms and we could see, oh, you can detect a heartbeat. Okay, now up until then,
6 weeks,
it was
by the way.
referred to as quickening, when you could feel the kick. That was the beginning of life. And then we got better technology, and then it started to change. But you say it's at fertilization, but at fertilization, there actually hasn't been implantation. And then once there's
So
I don't think he knows what implantation is.
Mrs. OBGYN, can you please describe what Dr. Phil is not accurately describing?
So implantation does not need to occur in order for fertilization to happen. I don't know where he got that from. It can be fertilized and conception can happen. And then it can be implanted in something we call an ectopic pregnancy, which is in the fallopian tube. Just because it's implanted, it's not implanted. Doesn't mean conception and fertilization has not happened. I don't think he understands like anatomy and physiology of the female reproductive system, but it has to travel after fertilization, travel down the fallopian tube into the uterus and implants. It's still alive as it travels down the fallopian tube into the uterus to implant. So implantation absolutely has nothing to do with fertilization and it being alive at conception. He's not an OBGYN. He should shut up about it. Me as a pre-med student knows that you don't need implantation to have conception and fertilization.
So I just have one comment on this whole situation? Well, it's really just a comment on where you actually pause the video. Like this is his look. Everybody see Dr. Phil's face right now after he just said what he just said, right?
Oh
Like
shoot, that sounded dumb.
that's the look like, oh, I just dutied in my pants. That's that look right there.
Oh man, that's funny, bro. That's funny. So again, implantation. What exactly is implantation? So this is after the egg is fertilized.
You have
So
fertilization, conception, and then it goes down the fallopian tube into the uterus to be implanted. There's
okay.
something rare that happens in pregnancy where the embryo is implanted in the fallopian tube where it's supposed to travel down. It gets implanted there. It's called an ectopic pregnancy. But they're still going to call it an embryo and it's still going to call it alive. So no matter where it's planted, because a sperm and an egg met together, it's fertilization, it's conception. So it's like, I don't think he understands, like, I don't know why he brought up implantation. I really do not understand why he brought it up. It
It's like
doesn't matter.
He's that dumb kid in a smart room trying to sound smart. He just found two big words, put them together, fertilization and implantation. He put them together in the sentence. He just didn't realize they didn't go together in the sentence like the dumb kid in the smart room would actually be, right?
Yeah. Wow. Well, man, he has my attention with this face. That was funny, Chris. Good call.
He done messed up with a face like that.
I would have called him out on that. I would have been like, wait, you're saying it needs to be implanted for it to be fertilized? Like, what OBGYN says that? Thumbnail. Got logic. That's the thumbnail. This is
There it is right there.
that's the thumbnail.
Like he's almost crying after giving that answer. He like, oh, my career's over right now. Done.
It was at that moment he knew. He effed up.
Yes, that's the new TikTok right there.
Then this is a process, and it's all I'm saying is there's not a consensus, and you're saying there is, and that's factually inaccurate.
We can agree to disagree, but I will say, when I was
But the
pregnant
literature doesn't disagree.
Well, we should look it up. It's 96% of scientists have agreed when surveyed.
With
But
you,
regardless
doesn't
of that
agree.
point, I think the question is.
With you, it doesn't agree.
We know deep down when you're pregnant, there's a new human life. That's why it's so devastating for Nancy. Our miscarriage was so devastating. We all know that deep down, these are human beings. That's why it's so contentious. And listen, we acknowledge that all humans have human rights? Because I think what your question is about is about personhood.
I agree with a lot of your points. I'm just saying it comes down to when that life begins.
But I don't think Nancy or others here are saying
Okay,
they're not
Kristen, go
human
ahead.
beings.
The real argument here we're having is about choice and a person's right to choose what is best for them, what is best for them regarding family planning, what is best for them regarding their bodies and their ownership. And when we are listening to this debate, we're constantly getting it back to about who's deciding what. If you determine for yourself that's when life begins, that is fine for you. But someone else may determine something completely different. And this is where, from a pro-choice standpoint, we're saying it is not for us to decide for anyone what they believe, how they believe, but they have options. So I think we need to really pay attention to what pro-choice is really arguing, what we're really talking about. It's about truly, if we are giving people the right to choose, we're allowing them to make the best decisions for themselves, for their bodies, and for their family.
Do you have a story or a...
That's not what being pro-choice means.
Of course he had to end it like that.
Yeah. Pro-choice is advocating for legalized abortion. Tell me where the choice to not have an abortion is. That's literally the definition of pro-choice.
Connor says, I stand corrected. Someone wrote his biology degree on the back of a coloring book.
Hey, God Logic, can you scroll above, because Connor asked a question to pro-life Chloe, and it seemed like a good question. I didn't know the answer to it.
Connor asked the question.
Yes, sir. He
Yeah, I
did.
see it. Can an ectopic pregnancy be resolved without an abortion? Yeah. It's something called surgery. Because either way, they're going to have to do a surgery. If they were going to, if you see the anatomy of a uterus and where it's located in the female body, the uterus is like more down. The fallopian tubes come out kind of like a little mustache, which is higher up. You can't take a sulfur clamp where they usually go in to dismember a baby in the uterus, which is extremely painful, by the way. You can't go in that deep to get to quote unquote abort an ectopic pregnancy. You need to open it up, probably the same area, if not lower, where they cut for cesarean C-section. In that area, there's no way you can use the abortion tools, so they're gonna have to do a surgery. I, as someone who is going into the obstetrics and gynecology field, I would much rather deliver a baby, do whatever I can to help the baby survive, rather than, and if it dies outside the womb and I tried everything I can, then hey, I have a clear conscience. I didn't go in, I didn't murder it. At that point, the blood is not on my hands. But if I save it, I save it. Great. So there's someone, his name is Dr. Anthony Levantino. He performed abortions for 15, 20 years. Very pro-choice. He became pro-life, and now he tells the reality of abortion. And Lila Rose actually asked him, she said, is there any medical need for abortion? And he said, every quote unquote medical necessity that they claim for abortion, or medical need that they say, oh, we have to have an abortion right now or your life's in danger. It happens between the second trimester, early third trimester. So he says, no, any condition that's going to pop up in pregnancy that's going to be life-threatening to the mother, we're able to deliver the baby. So abortion is not medically necessary.
Wow. Connor Jones again with another gift. He says, Peter Hitchens is amazing. You should watch him destroy pro-abortionists. He obliterates the argument. I will add him to my watch later list. Peter Hitchens. Yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick on a personal level. It really hurts me when I see my fellow Black people with these devilish movements, because with us it's I feel like Black people are easy to get because of a lack of identity, and it's a lack of foundation to where really susceptible to the world and what's popular. Like that's why the Black Hebrew Israelite movement is growing quick, because it's easy to tell a Black person who doesn't believe they have a heritage or doesn't know where their heritage comes from, oh, you was an Israelite. They brought us over from slave ships. They came. We was the Israelites. The Bible talks about us. It's about us, man. And even the Nation of Islam getting Black people into Islam, and the worst kind of the stupidest kind of Islam. I won't say worse, but stupidest kind of Islam. And so when I see Black people over here advocating for the killing of children, unborn children, when it was Margaret Singer who was using this method to try to get rid of the Black race, try to get rid of us by using abortion and things of this nature, to see Black people advocate for the movement that Margaret Singer was pushing is crazy to me, man. So yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. We got a super chat from DJ the brother again, and it's for Chloe. Question for Chloe: do you worry about hospitals forcing doctors to perform abortions, especially with you going into the field? Now, is that true that doctors are forced to perform abortions in some places?
I think legally they can't, but I know for sure, like in med school, especially being in obstetrics and gynecology, that's something you have to learn. Which I think it would be good to learn, because then I have more weapons in my tool belt saying this is specifically how abortion is done, and they literally dehumanize a human being. I think that'd be very interesting to kind of go in depth in. But in terms of performing abortions, I don't think they can legally force you to, especially like because eventually I only want to go to the hospitals to do like either deliver or do a C-section. I want to be able to open my own private practice, where I'm the boss and I have my own office, my own hours, my own patients, my own staff. So when I'm the boss, nobody can tell me what I can and can't do. So yeah.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, so this is what we have, guys. We are an hour and about and 40 minutes in, and I couldn't find. I tried my best. Dr. Phil, of all folks, was my last hope, and it wasn't. It didn't go well. Chris, your thoughts?
I I don't think it went very well either, Brother God Logic. But I will get to that question that I was going to ask to our sister, pro-life Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a woman and she's pregnant, and a man walks up and he shoots the woman in the belly, killing her and the infant inside of her, what would be the charge for that person?
Double homicide.
What? Why would the person get double homicide?
Because she was pregnant. And they
What do you,
count the baby as a person.
oh, so the baby is a person
Mhm.
when when the baby dies inside of the mother's womb, but the
And the mother
baby's
wanted it.
but the baby's not a person if the mother kills the baby in the same situation.
Yep, and that's not murder. Uh-huh.
I got it. I got it.
I think Chris, you were probably on that live stream, maybe like last year when I brought up my pro-choice friend, and I asked him that same question. I was like, "Don't you think it's very hypocritical that personhood is dependent on the mother, whether she wants the baby or not?" And I gave him that same example. He ended up saying, "Yeah, you're right. It's very hypocritical." I was like, "So what's your standard? Is it a baby in the womb? Is it a life in the womb, or is it not a life in the womb?" You can't answer. You can't answer these things because the pro-abortion position, the movement, is inconsistent, and the more you talk to them, the more you find it out, and the more you get stupider arguments like you can have an abortion because you don't like the guy.
Yeah, that was the best one for me. That was the best one for me. If you don't like the guy, kill it.
You can't just defund. And now the thing with the another thing that I was thinking about Bill Nye, the stupid science guy there, is he's like, well, you're talking about defunding Planned Parenthood, but there's so much better things you could talk about. But there's so much better things that you could spend the money on, Bill Nye, the stupid science guy. You're one of the people that are putting through for this green the green earth type thing, like the green new deal that AOC was putting through, right? Why don't you take the money from Planned Parenthood and put it into that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
MashaAllah.
Or a pro-life organization like Live Action, which, by the way, reached out to me and wants to start posting my content on their social media.
Heck yeah.
Go on.
Uh-huh. You
What-
didn't
what-
see my recent community post? You should
Well,
go read what they wrote me.
I think you should read it out for us and tell everybody
Why doesn't
in
God
the
Logic
audience
pull it
too.
up on my community tab?
He could. He does have it
here.
still up here.
She's so full. She was just full of this woman.
No,
Oh,
not
look,
Oh,
Isadaba.
is that all? You look up my name and I pop up?
look, I even looked up Naeem.
Uh-oh.
I caught him liking my or hopping in my stream. I'm like, he got a YouTube? So I wanted to see if he had any content. He popped up in the stream when we was out in Vegas leaving the masjid. Me and Light.
Go to the community tab.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm trying to guide you through it.
Life Defenders, let's go.
No.
Is that it?
That was first posted. There you go.
Oh, here it is. Live action? Has noticed my pro-life content. God is so good. Oh, so corny. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Chloe. We saw this awesome video of yours on TikTok. Wow. I'm not going to cry. Who? And we would love to share it with our audiences. Would you be willing for us to reshare it to our social media platforms? Thank you, Mary L. Let's check this out. Is it is the link not? This is just a screenshot or something?
Picture. That's the picture they sent me. But
Okay,
you can see the little logo on the corner too. It's easier to see from like a phone or something. But that's their little like official. Let me see if I could pull it up on Instagram.
Yeah, this is live action hitting up our sister Chloe. That is so cool.
I'm gonna have to say, Sister Chloe, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
The work that you're doing for the life of these unborn children. Now that you're starting to get noticed by bigger platforms as well. God is good. You are young. You are in the field. You're able to make these changes. And that's why God's placed you here, sister. Keep doing what you're doing.
Amen. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I love having you guys by my side and doing ministry with you guys. Love it.
Yeah.
Don't cry. God Logic commenting and I'm right here. Oh.
He's not really commenting. What are you talking about?
Let me like my own stuff too.
It's such a good comment. You gotta like it, right?
Yeah, it was crazy good, pretty original. Wow, that's amazing. We got some people celebrating you right now.
Praise God.
Bill Nye the Denial Guy. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But that's right. We promote each other. Yeah, this is great. So, guys, this is an area that I want to start paying a little bit more attention to. Other than Islam, so you will be seeing some pro-life content in the near future, especially, and you'll be seeing a lot more of pro-life Chloe as well. So if you're not already subscribed, please hop on over and subscribe to Pro-Life Chloe's channel, and let's support our sister. She is at, let's see where she's at. She's at 2.75 subs. She's almost at 3,000. Is it possible, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in the faith, and Muslim haters out there watching? Can we get Pro-Life Chloe to 3,000 subs within a few weeks? I think that's possible.
A number.
We need 3,000. She want me to be specific. I'm not a prophet. I like to give generic, kind of things like Muhammad. Within a few years or so, the Romans will be victorious. So let's get this done, man. Let's get, in October, you know,
Hey,
before the second week.
I got a date. I got a date for us. All right. So in Canada, on October 10th, it is Thanksgiving Day. It would be so nice if I could do a live stream on October 10th with Chloe Waykid and God Logic on my channel, celebrating Chloe Waykid's 3,000 subscriber mark. And that's within a couple of weeks. We know we can get it.
Yeah. I'll be promoting it every other day. So,
that's awesome.
So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Yeah, so this is what we got going on, guys. So let's get pro-life Chloe. Oh, we have another gift from Hario. I'm putting the fun back into funding.
Nice. I like
that's
that.
That's exactly how he said it too.
That is a good one.
Yo, this is like the third gift he gave this stream. Yeah, you doing it, man. You doing it. The fun back into funding. I bet your 4 kids are like, Dad,
You're giving away all our McDonald's.
No, not with the money, with the dad joke here. This is a dad joke.
Yeah, it is.
I'm putting the fun back into funding. That's exactly how he said it.
I like it. I'm going to tell my children that one tomorrow, just for you, Harry.
Yes. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're being here almost 2 hours, so that's good enough for me. So God bless you all. Chloe, Chris, would you guys like to send us off?
I'll go first, and I'll let it. We'll let Mrs. Pro Life Chloe end it off for us. And I'm just gonna say, thank you so much for having me on tonight, Mr. God Logic, and me being with our sister Pro Life Chloe. And I want to thank all the viewers out there. Love you all. God bless you all. And that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I concur. And as I always say in my videos, I'm going to give God Logic the honor of saying it in his stream. Remember that Jesus is Lord and abortion is murder.
That's right. Hey. And we're out, ladies and gents. It's God Logic.